top teams are kind of slumping, and it's like the perfect time for Chinese Taipei to strike. But without it, we are going to take a look at the bracket and how things are shaping up after that first game. Of course, we are still in our semi-finals. These are best of threes. Korea currently running this 1-1-0, as we just mentioned, and of course Chinese Taipei 1-0 themselves. The winners of this will advance to the finals tomorrow in our best of 5, and again on the second stage tomorrow we'll also be playing our third place matchup.
So there will still be a chance for these teams to come back, and it is a BO3. If Saudi Arabia can get theirs 2-0 in the future, they will be able to advance. The same thing does apply to the People's Republic of China. Things are not over yet.
No, they are not. So we'll see what the team can bring in, because game 1 is the Katarina coming out. I like the Katarina a lot. Got first blood of the game, decided to kill on Faker. What else? What else are we going to see from this squad? Well, put that on hold for a second, because then we look at the other side, and it seems like we're running theme compositions if you're Korea. So there are a lot of different things. I mean, they went specifically for how the world championship skins, right? So you could go different directions. We could go for like Mecha Project. You could go for, you know, that Star Guardian maybe. Or do they stay with the World Championships?
Look, there's a 100% chance that I feel like they go for a Korean World Championship skin. And they still have 4 more sets of skins to choose from. So there's a lot of different options. They have the 3 SKT skins, the 3 sets of skin that they won in 2013, 2015, and 2016. The only team in the world to have won 3 World Championships. And of course, they still have the 2014 Samsung White skins.
They do, yeah. Now, obviously, a lot of people are going to be looking at Faker and be like, all right, what was Faker's champion? You know, because it feels like he had like a champion every single year. You know, like you remember back to obviously Zed, going to be a big one. You look at Rise. I remember Orianna. Yes, he didn't get a skin on that, but that's obviously a big one for him.
If I'm Saudi Arabia right now, I would use all my 5 skins and ban out a single position, and I would destroy the theme.
Yeah, I think there's a potential here to take 1 away from each year. And you can actually hit multiple years with some champions because there's layover.
Oh, yeah.
So Rise, you've just blasted 1 composition. Talia, that's another one.
But it does look like... oh, I'm sorry. Korea is choosing the red side.
On the red side, yeah. We're swapping up. And we're into the champion select between Saudi Arabia and Korea. It will be Kenan and Akali coming through from Korea. So again, taking away all the big hypey champions from those solo laners. But meanwhile, on Saudi Arabia's side, definitely hitting some of the world compositions.
Yeah, taking out the Talia and Rise.
Yeah.
Rise, I feel like, is a must ban. We really have been seeing the resurgence of Rise. A lot of Asian mid laners doing incredibly well on it. It didn't have that good of a win rate, but in the recent patches, we've seen Maple, Ryu, Rookie even step up. Extremely strong champion.
Alistair going to be the final ban there as well from Saudi Arabia, and it will of course be Aatrox. Would be very surprised to see that one make its way out of the banning phase, even though Keen's managed to find twice in the group stage. So a little bit shocked about that one. But yeah, Saudi Arabia looking for their first pick. Doubt it would be a mid laner this early on. I'm probably expecting a mid laner to be very late into the draft. Instead, just going to lock down the Tamkench early.
You can see the smile onto Keen. It looks like it will be the 2016 skin selection. So that roster was Echo in the top lane, Olaf jungle, Syndra,
That's not Olaf.
Jhin, Nami. So they're not going for 2016 then.
Boo. I feel like it might have been a little bit too obvious though after that first game, to the point where Saudi Arabia just be like, it's just like, just start picking away champions, start banning away champions.
I really like that strategy because you're showing dominance at the same time you're actually hiding your own strategy. So that's actually, like, we might laugh at it, but it's actually a really well thought out way to approach the semifinals.
The other way, though, is looking at the fact that we get to see Peanuts Lee Sin, which is just straight hype, then also a Jhin into the bottom lane. Saudi Arabia picking up, as we said, the Tamkench, but also the Gnar into the top lane. Saw that last time around from Keen, so I feel like Wikichi wants a little bit of revenge in the top side.
Yeah, definitely is his most played on EU West. He's very familiar with the champion. And what we've seen in their games against Iran was that once he gets rolling, they do go into the 1-3-1. They do run the entire map.
Yeah, not holding any punches though, immediately just locking in the Kaiser as well. Already has the Tamkench for a bit of protection there. Now back over to Korea. Are they going to confirm a mid laner early, or they're going to lock in... is that locked? It is locked. It's going to be a Zyra.
So I have to say, all 3 of these champions still have world champion skins.
They do, yeah.
They
so
might not be from
year.
the same year, yeah, because Zyra is not in the meta. She's not even close.
No, but there is SKT Zyra.
Yep. So I think that's what we're going to be seeing, to be honest.
All right, Camille coming there as well, another ban towards Saudi Arabia. Again, it's like Korea are picking like compositions like this, but are still trying to ban away potential upset champions. It's like we're styling, but not too much.
I wonder how Coach Edgar actually, okay, so that's how he's going to approach the ban thing. Yeah. Coach Edgar, of course, the coaching staff for Afrikas,
yes,
is going to.
Him and Zephyr behind Korea.
Yeah.
In Asian Games.
I wonder how he's going to communicate this. Okay, so season 3.
Yes, next pick season 3. Yeah, back on Saudi Arabia side, going to be batting away the Jace and Gangplank. And again, big picks for Keen specifically.
So they're still missing a mid laner and a top laner.
All right, what's the pool, Clement?
All right, if they really want to flip the roof off this place, it's Jax. It is going to be season 3, boys.
Season 3 is the theme. Oh man, all right.
That's the Impact champion.
It is, yeah.
Played it 3 times in the finals of season 3 over Royal.
Oh man, okay.
To win SKT's first championship to start the dynasty for Korea.
At the very start, from the beginning to the end. Rek'Sai, okay. I have a Rek'Sai pickup here from Ajwad into the jungle.
Unfortunately, Saudi Arabia does not have a theme of their own yet, but there are strong champions. They're looking to win this game.
Okay, all right, that's going to be a Riven lock-in, folks.
I love the Riven. You know why the Riven's good here?
Why is that?
Because it's a counter matchup to the Zed. If Faker wants to do it, if he wants to get that Season 3 synergy going, he needs to lock in the Zed.
This is actually too good. I mean, everyone wants to see it. Faker, will you rise to your kill? Oh, he goes Syndra, are you kidding me?
Oh, wow.
All right. He actually opted out of the Zed matchup into the Riven here from Fear.
He could have had the roof of the stadium in the sky.
I know. All these fans coming over from Korea right now. Unbelievable.
But he goes for the Season 6 skin. It should be a better matchup into the Riven.
A much better matchup, yes.
Yeah, you can't keep your distance on that champion.
Yeah, Zed just gets absolutely wrecked in the melee range against Riven. There's so much gap close ability. Even Living Shadow is not enough to get you away from Valor and also the Broken Wings.
Definitely. I would love the mic check from Coach Edgar. I want to see how he coordinated everything here.
It was probably like, do it, and Fake was like, nah.
It was good thinking on Fear's side, however.
It was, yeah.
I think he's definitely won the 1v1 like matchup against Faker so far.
He's won Champion Select now.
Yeah,
he won the laning phase. Yeah. Yeah, he actually ran away. He ran away.
Yeah, it's like one of those 90s sitcoms where the bad guy and the good guy are going to crash each other with a car, and the bad guy always flinches.
Yeah. That's exactly what's happening right here. Crowds behind both of the teams coming into this second game here in the semi-finals. Once again, we do have Chinese Taipei and the People's Republic of China both going toe-to-toe in the other semi-finals right now, so we'll keep you updated on what's happening over there as well after this game. But we get to see the compositions one more time. I like to see that Mimic's also picking up pretty hyper champion in the Kaiser, and of course it's going to be about mid lane once again from Fear, locking in the Riven.
So we're seeing a lot of champions are not necessarily in meta. I would specifically point to the Zyra, which we haven't seen that much, to be honest. And also the Lee Sin is,
It's here and there.
Here and there, yes, but, not really something that we've seen Peanut play recently.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's top priority compared to a lot of the junglers. But we're about to get onto the rift, folks. Korea versus Saudi Arabia.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
I will say, meanwhile in China, it's a lot easier to predict the crowd chants because...
Yeah, I really love what the Korean teams and coaches do in international tournaments. We call it international etiquette, but they do tend to give underdeveloped regions a chance at their games. And it works out for them as well because they don't have to show their strategies going forward into finals.
Yep. I mean, there's a best of 5 coming their way tomorrow. And that will be into 2 extremely strong teams, especially in a series format. So as much as you can hide as possible is very important for these teams. Of course, that's also a storyline that's very true even through the group stage. But we're about to be opening up here. We're about minute 30 into the rift, and we're not going to see any massive invaders come out. Just a bit of vision down the river.
It's a very early red start. I shouldn't say very early, but
very early. The fastest red start we've seen in the history of League of Legends.
No, I just wanted to say that. You know, opening red buff at the start of the game, we could see some cheese coming out from Peanut early on. The Jackson to Nara matchup is quite heavily influenced by jungle pressure.
Oh yeah, but naturally, if you do lock them in the 1v1, Jax actually wins because his strategy is just strap some duct tape over his Q button and just go in repeatedly off cooldown.
Yep, but you do need your jungle pressure to play with that strategy, or it's very easy to be countered out. In the bot side, we are seeing Korea run a very heavy kill lane. Now, this might be just a skin theme, but on the other hand, if someone is caught out by the roots coming in from core JJ, they could very well one-shot Kai'Sa.
Yeah, I mean, Zyra, I don't know if you folks have played much solo queue recently, but still an extremely toxic champion right now. Very annoying to play into. And plus, when you just have this much range, including the Jhin, it can be very difficult to play into. You can see they have the initial push. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, no, it's struggle streak for Fear.
Yeah,
he was expecting the Zed to come out, but it was, in fact, the Syndra in the end.
That was 5 CS missed right there. Faker putting a lot of pressure down into this lane. But fortunately enough for Saudi Arabia, I do like the pick of Rek'Sai. We were talking about the lack of CC coming out from Trundle, and I feel like Rek'Sai really does remedy that problem, so they can go all in on the 2v2 and do expect to come out ahead if they do it early.
Yeah, I want to see some pressure into that mid lane. So just watching Fear right there, his animation cancels are crispy. So I want to see if they can get that ribbon rolling. Didn't see too much out of the cat because just didn't really have much support coming out from the jungle or the rest of the map at that point. That's an interaction you don't see very often. Typically, you don't use the tongue lash to also get the Devour out, but I like it. To get that cannon minion. Now in comes the collapse. Peanut papping towards the bottom side. Mimic under attack. First blood to Peanut.
Just too smooth. The crowd control lands exactly when it needs to. Just as Peanut is coming in, they corral Mimic into the bottom side of the tower where he has nowhere to run.
They barely took a tower shot right there. And take a look at the Keystones running Electrocute on that champion. Bottom lane, of course, Jhin going for the Hail of Blades. And Zyra even going for Comet to add insult to injury. Actually going for a Resolve second.
I think that's actually pretty normal, I would guess. Because you do have crowd control on the E and a re-PK coming in.
Peanut cutting through the wave as well. Nice dodge come out from him, but now he's against the tower. He wants to go back to his Tam Kench, but they cannot make it happen. It's going to be another kill coming through to Peanut.
And that was about as well as you could possibly play it coming out from Mimic. He actually dodged both skill shots coming out from the Korean bot lane duo. But unfortunately, the damage coming in from the jungler as well, the Electrocute going down, just too much for him to handle.
Don't do it again, Peanut. Finally, he's gone back to base, and he's picked up a full Tiamat at 4 minutes. Of course, you have. Meanwhile, in the top lane, as well, just farming up these Krugs while he's got a chance. Maybe even looking towards the top lane after this, but this has been read out by Peanut, so it's a bit of a time trial right here. Keen, he's got the flash underneath his belt, pops the E, counter-strike's good, puts the stun down onto Wikichi, has to hop away from this one, and Keen in a 1 versus 2 deflects.
And he does survive, not even expending his flash to complete that. And Lee Sin should be on his way. They could turn this.
He's already there, nothing personal. Kid jumps right onto Ajwa. Nice knockup coming through, and the Q already used, but Peanut is like, I'm just going to use my flash on this one and get the kill. Follow up, use the ward, and Wikichi has to flash away.
Unfortunate execution, and Peanut is just so far ahead in the matchup right now. Already 3-0-0 with the Tiamat. What this means is that he can now go into the enemy jungle, and he has a clear speed to take everything away from the Rek'Sai.
Sad, sad time. And again, all in the middle lane, locked in this 1 versus 1. Fear up against the Syndra pick. It's done relatively well just to survive this one. Need to have gone for a first back. Peanut just saying, hello, I'm here. Just a reminder. If you want to do anything aggressive in the mid lane, Michelle getting locked down. The AD carry isn't there. Nice dodge on the grasping roots, however, will mean that he'll survive this one, especially because Ruler was lining up the 4th shot.
Definitely had a chance to take down the Tam Kench. Faker, I will not forgive you for not picking Zed.
No, history will remember this.
Yeah.
The League of Legends community will not let you forget that you ran away from the matchup. Top lane Keen. Flashes forwards from the counter-strike. Wikichi doesn't have his own flash from that previous gank. About to go Mega, but cannot turn around. Ooh. Oh, the mini-wave cutting through right there.
Yeah, and you can see that he didn't even have a potion running, so very close call coming in for Wikichi in the top lane.
Yeah, very close stuff. We'll have to go back to base regardless. What you have to assume. It looks like he's staying, in fact. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Peanut looking for yet another gank. But Ajwad's there first, finds the tunnel, gets knocked off to call JJ, but immediately regrets his decision because he is dead to Peanut. Michelle and Mimic now under attack, have to go back to their tower in the top lane. Keen locked down, taking tower aggro. Wikichi looking for the solo kill. Last tower shot comes down, and Keen still managed to win out.
But it doesn't happen. Keen gets his ultimate at the very end. Here comes Fear, though.
Oh, massive ultimate. Wind Slash come through, finds the kill confirmed, but in comes Peanut once again. Root manages to connect, as does the Q. Peanut finds his 5th.
A 5-0-0 Lee Sin. This is a solo queue nightmare for a lot of people right here because Lee Sin with his execute damage, with his extra AD given to him, it's going to get worse from here.
How many times can you say that a single player controls all of the kills the team has managed to get over the entire series? That's Fear right now, opening up 2, 3, goes down to Mimic, and that's 4, dodged out by the Kai'Sa, but the support already dead.
Yeah, there's actually 1 kill in the top lane for Keen, so he is ruining Peanut's party just a little bit.
Peanut pushing forwards. That was the Q. Void Seeker doesn't connect. This is a turf war now between the junglers. Edward looking for this knock-up. The rest of the team is closing in, though. He's well aware. Lands a Q once again. Doesn't land a flourish, but in comes Core JJ. Flash out, then shot down! Furious bite for the kill.
And he gets the bounty. What a good dodge out by Adwad, and he gets away as well.
Completely outplayed. Sends Peanut packing. Go back home.
That was such a good sidestep coming in from Adwad. He actually walked towards the top side, dodged out on the captive audience coming in from Ruler. And they fumble.
Straight outplay.
Yeah, they fumbled Peanut's plan. Peanut was going into that with half health, but he thought he had the backup of his teammates. Unfortunately, unable to land the skill shot.
I mean, yeah, you can't call it anything else other than an outplay in the jungle. 2-7 right now. Big plays coming in from the individuals there from Saudi Arabia. Once again, bot lane pushing in, and looks like this first tower should be falling here. Don't see any response really able to come through. And I don't blame them, to be honest, because Peanut's probably getting the bottom lane like 17 times in the first 8 minutes of the game. Oh, that stun connected off of the 3. Faker finds the kill. Wasn't expecting that to actually land. It looked off target. But once again, Ajwad finds the kill. Follows through with the Void Seeker.
And Fear is not the only Saudi Arabian member having some fun right here. Ajwad able to get return kills onto Peanut twice in a row now.
Void Rush down. Now he's locked in place. The support versus the jungle. Look at the damage coming through from this Zyra. Basically gone full AP as much as you can at the early portion of the game.
And that's actually quite favorable for Ajwad because he does get the summoner and the ultimate away from Core JJ. They will lose another tower.
They will indeed. Now 4,000 gold ahead, Korea, but we can take a look at that last play once again. So yeah, ball's already dropped on the floor, and yeah, that was janky, man.
I think the alley-oop was really good. Like the stun, like Peanut actually did predict the stun landing in from Faker, and Faker pushed him right into the resonating strike.
Yeah, it looked weird because I was like, there's no way that stun's going to land. But it must have just caught Riven's foot, maybe with the sword. But yeah, nice setup coming into the mid lane. Top lane though, Ashwood looking at this one. Swapping up lanes now, Ruler up there, Core JJ just behind him. There is a small opportunity, a small window here where they could collapse here, Saudi Arabia. Fear comes in, activates the ultimate already.
Doesn't get the stun down though.
He's setting up Broken Wings. He's coming over the combo, misses it over the wall. Turns around the Wind Slash, not enough damage. Now Ashwood under attack. Managed to get Michelle there, but now he is rooted in place. Follow through from the Jhin. Opening up the curtain call, fish in a barrel. Michelle walking out of this one. Void Rush comes in. He's got to follow through once again. Furious Bite, and the Queen Draft is good. Another kill to the jungler.
Things are getting wild here in the top side. But Faker comes
Faker here to clean up the mess. Turns around once again, looking for the kill onto Mimic, but he dodges through. Killer Instinct, but still takes a massive amount of damage from that dog sphere. Faker has the flash, jumps forward once again, follows up. Unleashed power, triple kill.
He still had the ultimate in his hand. I can't believe it. Such a clean up coming in from Faker, and there's nowhere to hide for the Saudi Arabian members.
There is nowhere to hide, unfortunately, as you said. 12-2 currently, but it's all action in the early game. 11 minutes have gone by, and we have 16 kills. Peanut duking out of Shadi in the pit here. Let's go back to the start.
Oh, I wanted to see the Ruler footsies right there because he killed Fear with basically 2 auto attacks. That's really what gave Korea the big advantage in this skirmish in the top side. Faker comes in, he finds a low health Tom Kench. That was I would say the easier kill of the 3. And then he flashes in, predicts a direction that the Dark Spear would be landing in. and still has the unleashed power for the final kill.
Yeah, I mean, it was still good for Mimic. That's all you could really hope for if you're a Kai'Sa with that killer instinct. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Keen under attack 1 versus 3. Being chased down here, the initial slow land of a shell, try and clear the minions. Yeah, has to flash to Tongue Lash. Otherwise, that would have probably been a kill confirm there coming out of Edgewood once again. Fear in this top side, 1 versus 1. Flash out of the dogs. Fear looking for the kill combo. There's the setup. 1 versus 1 kill. Solo kill once again. Fear into Faker.
And this is the second solo kill that we've seen in this series. Can he get another one, though?
Well, he's up against Call of J and a lot of plans to boot. In comes Jin from the sidelines, and Peanut's there to support.
The teleport.
But he got what he came for, Clement.
Yeah, he definitely did. Fear's name will go down in history.
Oh, Peanut. I don't know, that's enough damage. He's going to have to keep following through. Yeah, Peanut needs another Q to connect. Oh, are you kidding me? That plant? So strong.
But he does
Wait,
fall
who's
down.
teleporting on that one? It's Keen. And he's keen for some kills. He's following up onto the Tam Kedge. Peanut off to the side, looking to line up the Q. In comes Adward from the sidelines, though. Connects the Void Seeker, ready to follow through that Void Rush. Knock him onto Keen once again. Doesn't have the counter-strike of Peanut. Chooses to go to the back line, but a great gobble out from Mashao. Meanwhile, Peanut trying to escape from this play, but Keen's already dead. There's the curtain call, though, up to the top side. Mashao gets the kill onto Peanut. Ming, where's the bottom? There it is, it's good!
And Peanut gets taken out by the Krugs. So Tom Kedge and the Krug, and the Gromp, actually. So Tom Kedge and the Gromp, you know, both Toad-looking like creatures. They do have great synergy there.
Fair.
Peanut tried to escape with a resonating strike, but unfortunately, the inhabitants of the jungle were not so kind on his retreat path.
Yeah, no one expects the rogue agent, the Grump right there, paid off by Team Saudi Arabia, ready to just shank him around the corner. Amazing.
But this is just such a fun game to cast. You can see that, you know, Korea are playing a little bit loose. They're going in and doing the kill trades, trying to push their mechanics to the absolute maximum.
I want to see this full combo coming out from Fear. Looked like an E ult, yeah, with the flash as well for the cancel.
Oh, and Faker just had no chance.
It was just clean. That's just the standard kill combo there from Riven.
That was the instant flash in just to avoid the possibility of being knocked back. That's a weird position for the red buff to be in, but it does look like a Faker steal.
Yeah, fun fact, a lot of Riven's abilities can be cancelled. E is a major part of that, especially for ultimate. You can hide your ultimate animation using your E. And E can also be chained into W and Q very easily, vice versa with Q into E, and Q into W. You played much Riven yourself, Mr. Clement?
No. She's too hard to play.
That's fair, your champion pool is Pled. So, mine to be fair is Alawi, so I don't know if I can talk necessarily. Mid lane tower goes down.
Yeah, it does look like Korea is looking for business. They're actually grouping up now. Not going for the crazy one-on-one fights anymore.
No, but they do have a siege engine still here. To be a little bit fearful. Riven. I mean, with the ultimate available, no flash though. I mean, Riven is very flash reliant, especially in skirmish and teamfight scenarios, really to get the most out of Red Natural Burst. Because Riven, like it or not, is very much a burst champion. That would be hilarious. Because when you drag a blue buff away from that position, he'll just sprint. He'll do the 100-meter back to his original position.
Yeah, I feel bad for the blue buff. You just want to go home.
That's true. I've seen a little bit of Syndra recently cropping up. It's a bad day for jungle monsters.
Definitely is. And I'm actually surprised by how big the gold lead actually is. It seemed to back and forth for a while, but Korea still with a 7k gold lead now.
Yeah, a lot of it's from the towers and also the farm, I believe, just out of the laning phase.
And I just wanted to point to Wikichi. He is trying to give Keen a taste of his own medicine, taking up the Samsung Galaxy skin.
Yeah, I respect it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a great last game for him. It just felt bad as a Cho'Gath, and when Anar gets ahead, what are you going to do, really? Managed to find that first item power spike, the Wit's End. This time goes immediately into the Black Cleaver, going for more of the teamfighty build right here. Wikichi.
Man, imagine if Korea was going to do this to Chinese Taipei or the People's Republic of China team.
In semis?
If they move forward into the finals. If they did that there, that would absolutely blow my mind.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, they could still win.
100%, but it would definitely be a chaotic game because specifically People's Republic of China, chaos is their middle name. So that would be pretty exciting to watch regardless. Bottom side though, set up from 3.
No real defense coming.
I mean, it's just fear. I don't know if anyone's coming to help him, actually. It looks like one person is coming down. It's going to be Ajwad, but to make sure they don't push any further from this one.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia is just looking to basically sell their turrets just to gain a little bit of time for Mimic to develop. He has his first item in 16 minutes.
Yeah, Peanut moving on to the Dragon. Of course, that happens to be an Infernal. Next one's going to be Ocean.
All right, I want to see Faker challenge Fear to a duel.
Well, he's already challenged them to 2 duels. Both of them he's lost, so...
I don't think Faker has a solo kill on Fear yet, though.
No.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. I mean, Faker has opted out of the Z matchup. He's
Faker,
died twice, 1 versus 1, solo kill.
You can't let that stand. That's one of the things I really admire about Faker.
Tonight is a best of 7. It's just like, you lose the next game, and you're like, all right, best of 7, best of 11, best of 71. You're like, gotta get something back on the board.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's been picking on his side lanes. You know, he likes to roam, like he styled on them top lane, and it's like, okay, but that's still not a kill on Fear, is it? You know?
He does like to set the record straight. We have seen this at Worlds events as well.
That's fair. Yeah, very much a storied player. Saudi Arabia pushing to the bottom jungle, but it's just lit up like a Christmas tree right now from Korea.
It's actually quite difficult for Saudi Arabia to find some of these engages that they want. Korea, of course, is going into the 1-3-1 once more.
Yeah, so what you will about the champion picks and the chaos of the early game, but they are still playing the mid game exceptionally clean here, Korea. Pushing it at the right times, good lane assignments, also placing down deep vision. Still playing to win here.
They've actually taken down the last 2 towers without Saudi Arabia so far as returning a shot. Not even a single auto attack. That's just the macro ability of LCK.
Also, there's not a lot to fire back, though, if you're Saudi Arabia. I mean,
which is true.
Almost, I mean, you have 2 range champions who are relatively short range. You have a Void Seeker, a Boomerang, and a Prey Seeker, if you like to shoot back. So at that point, it's just like, all right, maybe just give this one up and then conserve our abilities for a potential all-in.
It does feel like Korea is just going to wait it out and go for their Baron play. Not really a lot of action happening here. They're happy to just take the towers down.
The funny thing is, this is a relatively long game, given the fast games we've had in this tournament so far. We've had multiple 16, 17-minute games.
Yeah, it has been.
This one's going to crest 20 minutes. Baron hasn't even needs to get out of bed in the morning. Slam not even needed, am I? For Asian Games 2018.
You know, when the Korean team decides to play crazy, they can go super crazy. So 43 kills was the record so far in this tournament. Was Korea against Kazakhstan.
43 kills.
Yeah. It was only a 22-minute game as well, so they went really hard on it.
Yeah, that definitely adds to it. Fear was not winning that 1 versus 1, but he had the posse coming. There's a lot of people in the jungle there. You can see Faker actually just pacing up and down the river. I have to respect he's taking on the crab.
Does look like Korea's trying to close the news. Lance CC.
Oh, 1 versus 1 right here. Ruler following up. He really wanted that 4th shot, but Fear angrily running towards him. And you see a Riven in a dark alley and you're going to back up. It doesn't really matter how far the Riven is behind or how far ahead you are. If you're a squishy target, you probably want to leave the vicinity.
And this is so well done. The sequence of plays is really tremendous coming out from Korea. They chunk out Wikichi in the bot lane. Keen just won a solo versus that. They know that they don't have enough members to defend the mid and instantly push up. So all of these plays, all of these picks, they're coming in the correct sequence, and they're being followed up with a very good tempo. That's one of the key concepts that we have in League of Legends.
Oh, flash forward from Wikichi. Nice animation counter on that one. Flash over the wall there from CoreJJ, but that's a lot of damage. In comes the Rek'Sai, goes golden midair, and in comes Fear, looking for the execute. Keen low, he'll drop, but that's a 1 for 3, and they look for more. Here comes the curtain call, lands 1, finds the 2nd. Sharpshooter right now, 5 kills for 1 here, Korea.
And it looked so good for a moment. Ajwad came in and actually wasted Faker's ultimate. But unfortunately, they still didn't have enough firepower to finish the entirety of the fight.
I mean, that's a fight if you were equal gold. That's probably going to work out super well for you. The setup was fantastic there from Saudi Arabia, but Korea finished it in that fight, and they will finish the semi-final and advance to the grand final tomorrow here in Asian Games 2018.
Mitchell getting something back for his team, but is not going to be able to change the course of this semifinals.
Yeah, the Kench has truly been benched. But victory there coming out from Korea. Having a little bit of fun here today with 2 Worlds compositions. Well, the second one was a smattering of different champions.
Yep. But they still managed to get the job done in about 40 minutes of game time.
They did indeed, in an entire best of 3. But on the opposite side, I'd like to just shout out Saudi Arabia. You know, as a team, I think they've come incredibly far, making the top 4 alongside many massive titans of the League of Legends world. So managing to do that here in Asian Games, big deal for them as a team, big deal for them as a region. I know the infrastructure is growing right now. We had the chance to talk over to the Saudi Arabian Esports Federation just a while back, Clement, and for them, it means a whole lot to be here, managing to face down Korea here today, and also getting a little bit back as well. You know, they did not go down without a fight.
Definitely did go down in the stranglehold that Korea typically likes to play. I feel like several of these players really did make a name for themselves on the Asian Games stage. Here, of course, getting 2 solo kills, unanswered solo kills, I might add, on Faker. That's a big accomplishment for any
one
player.
Series, 2-time solo kill on Faker. And also, you laid down the gauntlet as well, the Rift pick coming forward. We were expecting the Zed pick. It's like, all right, if you want to complete what a Season 3 world composition right here with the Zed, it's going to have to be Zed. But what was it? Goes to Season 6. Unbelievable stuff coming out there from Faker. Bailed away from the challenge.
And for those of you that are not particularly familiar with League of Legends history, the most hype play in the world was Faker on that Zed against Ryu Zed.
Oh, yes.
The Shadow matchup. And Faker, of course, came through that matchup and went all the way on to Worlds to win his first title. So it has a lot of historical importance for him. It would have been a great finish to the series, but unfortunately he didn't take it. He went for the meta pick in the Syndra.
Yeah, a lot of connotations. I mean, it's a big deal even for Faker actually to move away from just his classic skins and go onto a skin even in the first place. So it's just like, I don't know. I feel like we could have made history here today. History will remember this, Faker. But still, Korea taking the 2-0. Very dominating win here over Saudi Arabia. We'll be moving on to tomorrow in the grand finals in a best of 5. We still don't know actually who is going to be facing them, though, because the other semi-final is still going on right now in stage 2. Let's turn it around because we can actually see the score right there. Any updates, Mr. Clement?
Nope, the game score has not changed, so they're still going on in game 2. We will have that information for you once it finishes.
Yes, Chinese Taipei currently 1-0 in that matchup. It was a relatively fast game. Ended around at the same time as our first game, and now in the second game they're still ongoing. So again, we'll try and get that onto you. If we don't manage to get it today, check out Twitter, any of social media, and we'll shoot it over to you there as well. But still, this tournament is heating up, Clement, as we get back into the bracket stage. It's definitely getting pretty hype.
I have to say that everything is going back to what we expected to happen out of this tournament. The 3 teams out of the East Asian qualifiers did emerge as the final survivors here. So, you know, to be honest, League of Legends as a title has been very dominated by East Asian esports. All championships, excluding Season 1, have been won by this region. It has the highest player base. So, you know, the infrastructure, the history that East Asia does have with the title does come to bear at the end.
Yeah, and again, it's because the infrastructure has been there for so long. You know, it's just like maybe looking at other regions, when they start to build up, you look at a lot of the regions specifically in Europe, you know, those regions start to build up, they start producing superstars, they go over to, you know, EU LCS, then you see them move to international as well. So that's the fascinating thing. It's just like over time, it's to do with player base, infrastructure, all these things, once they come at the same time, it is a timeline, you know? It's just like once you go into infancy, adolescence, and eventually get to adulthood, which basically is what Asia is right now, you start producing world-class players.
And what's so cool about the game is that there's so many different things that you can specialize yourself in, that all of these different regions, they bring something different to the table. We talked about Korea, their macro game, their top laners are really renowned around the world. People's Republic of China, they are known more for their marksmen. Guys like Uzi, they really dominate the field in that position. So
and the mid laners too.
Yeah, I would say the mid laners as well. So for these new regions, new teams rising up, they can actually select what they want mastery on and try to hone themselves in.
I don't think I've ever seen a damage graph like this.
You mean more to the bottom, the more damage they do? That's Cyrus support.
Yeah, but then the exact opposite on the top side.
It does make a beautiful picture, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that's very rare to literally have the opposite so damage percentage.
The one on the top side is the normal one.
Yes,
definitely would be the normal one.
But then you don't typically have the opposite on the opposite side, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. That just tells you how much, like, basically where the action was happening.
Yeah, people say that League of Legends isn't an art. It's created one right there, you know what I mean?
Damage graph art.
Yeah, Peanut, number 2 on the man of the match, MVP, 8, 3, and 5. A little bit silly this time around. Last game was silly, it didn't die. This time died 3 times.
That doesn't really matter. Like, he was having a lot of fun, and I think the important thing is to notice how he did his early jungle pathing. He went down to the bot lane multiple times, and once you get fed on a Lee Sin, it's impossible to actually dislodge you from the jungle. You have so much mobility and so much 1v1 potential.
Yeah, that was almost unfair though. He probably ganked the bot lane like 4 or 5 times in like 2 minutes.
Mimic
It's like,
does not want to
please
see
just
his face.
leave the bottom lane at this point. For now, look, we're going to send it on stage where Isaac's standing by for an after-game interview.
After match interviews, I am Isaac Peña Mule. Now we have our first finalist for tomorrow's final, the Republic of Korea. And I'm over here with the 2 matches MVP, Peanut! Peanut, it's becoming a habit of you to take these MVPs. You guys are doing so well. Today against Saudi Arabia, you guys control from beginning till the end. Talk to us. Did you guys prepare this match against Saudi Arabia? Did you guys know the strategy of this team before today's match?
처음부터 끝까지 다 무쇠가 있는데요. 그래서 사우디에 대해 특별히 준비했어요.
일단 저격밴을 좀 위주로 준비했고요. 네, 픽은 저희가 충분히 이길 수 있는 픽으로 준비했는데 결과가 잘 나온 것 같아서 다행입니다.
就是他们稍微准备了一下对战那个沙特阿拉伯的那个战略，然后在选择英雄上，然后有一些好的那个对应，所以然后这次赢了之后有了一个好的结果，非常幸运。
We did prepare a game before this Saudi Arabian team. We knew what kind of heroes they could choose, and we know what kind of heroes we had to choose in order to have a good result like what we just had right now. Second question, tomorrow is going to be the final of our Asian Games esports demonstration event of League of Legends. It's a great event. We know that you guys are very used to the finals. What do you normally do the day before the final? How do you prepare?
내일 결승전인데 오늘 밤에 어떻게 준비할 거예요?
일단 컨디션 관리가 제일 중요할 걸로 예상되고요. 이제 남은 경기 를 저희가 녹화를 해놔가지고 대만이랑 지금 중국이 하고 있는 경기를 다시 돌려볼 예정이라 경기를 보면서 준비를 하면 좀 내일도 좋은 결과 있을 것 같아요.
首先今天晚上主要是会进行一些团队协作方面的那个准备，然后呢，今天会等待那个中国跟中国台北的结果出来之后，再针对他们的那个决赛会遇到的对手进行特别的准备。
First of all, what we're going to do is to wait for the result between Chinese Taipei and then the People's Republic of China to see who is going to be our opponent for tomorrow. After knowing that result, we will start preparing really hard to have the best result. Well, Peanut, I really hope that tomorrow you're going to do your best and that you're going to enjoy a great final that you're going to bring to us and to everyone just watching at home. Thanks to everyone, and we're going to see you again.